difference in the east and the corner. Hey, Tyler, did you get a notification? Did you get a notification? Did you get a notification on my watch or no? Don't be checking
All right, welcome back here to Rochester Youth League Field, where we have the much anticipated game coming up here between Fairfield Blue and Plymouth. And we'll get going here real quick because they're getting set to go. So Steve Stricker here with Matt Freeman. I'm going to turn it over to Matt as we get going. Looks like Cheney's getting ready to get into the box on the for Plymouth. They're going to be the visitors. It's going to be Cheney, Gadziola, and Bowling as we get going. We'll read through the lineups here.
So we've got Cheney to start the lineup for Plymouth. Number 27, number 23, Ryan Gadziola is on deck, number 2 batter. Number 25, Caleb Bowling. Number 44, Preston Jessen. Number 32, Preston Wolf. Number 30, Malachi C. Number 3, Trey Delp. Number 22, Trey Jordan. 00, Mason Bales. And number 1, Blake Mackey. So the count's going to be 2-1 started out on Cheney.
All right, so this is the big one we've been waiting for, Blue and Plymouth, and the winner will move on to the championship game tomorrow.
Cheney gets a hold of that right to the second baseman, makes a nice grab and makes a play at first. So 1 out for Fairfield, and Gadziola is up to bat. Brings up number 25 on deck, Caleb Bowling. Gadziola gets that one foul. So Plymouth the other night when they played, they were steady and scored pretty much through every inning, I think, except for the top 2.
Yeah, it took a couple innings to get going, but then they were rolling.
Nice hit and a nice backhanded snag by Garrison, who does it all, just barely off the ground for the shortstop. And that's 2 outs for Plymouth. Wow. Caleb Bowling up the bat.
Yeah, Garrison, last night, big game on the mound, and then, of course, the huge home run over the scoreboard, and then you saw that great catch right there. He's a multi-tool player right there.
He's a natural.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen talent like him at this age, I don't think ever. I've coached here for a long time, and he's got to be the best player I've seen on this field. Counts 2-2.
I'm very impressed with this Fairfield Blue team, but Fairfield's program overall is just very, very impressive.
Yeah, obviously they've got some kids on that gold team that'll be coming up to this team next year. And, to be able to go into this tournament with 2 teams and they're both in the running for the championship, I mean, hats off to the Fairfield program.
Yeah, we'll see Gold coming up next. They're going to take on Judson. So, yeah, Fairfield is doing well. Wow. Got him. Oh, my goodness. What a play from deep short.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
I mean, most teams there, that would have been a run for Plymouth. Or not a run, I'm sorry, a hit for Plymouth, a single. But with Garrison out there at shortstop, his arm is so fast. It just amazes me, Steve.
All right, so after half inning, 3 up, 3 down for Plymouth. For Fairfield, it'll be Miller, Yoder, and Garrison coming up. We're going to take a quick break and come back with the bottom half of the first here from Rochester. You're watching RTC4.com's coverage of the Town & Country 12U Semi-States.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here. Bottom half of the first. Fairfield with an impressive start. 3 up, 3 down, and 2 awesome plays at short by Garrison. And it's going to be Miller, Yoder, and then Garrison starting off the inning here for Fairfield Blue.
Yeah, and I'll pick that up where you left off with number 30, Tian Brown, batting number 4. Number 34, Michael Slayball. Number 10, Marco Garcia. Number 12, Noah Mast. Number 3, Miles 9. Number 33, Landon Miller. And extra batters, number 7, Luke Mast. Number 4, Tyson Chupp. And number 9, Caden Wagaman. So Cheney's at the mound. Looks good. Miller showed a bunt, but he didn't phase Cheney any. And got the strike.
For those watching at home, we've changed our graphics up a little bit here for you today. We've got balls and strikes and outs up in the corner. We just kind of thought with the view you got with the camera, you can kind of tell who's on base, so we changed it up a little bit. Hopefully you like the graphics.
Strike 2 for Miller. 1 and 2's the count.
So far, things are living up to the billing.
Yeah.
Both teams playing very well.
Nice hit by Miller, but he gets the catch at first to put him out. So watching, Fairfield, I think this is the 3rd game we've called together with Fairfield Blue, and I mean they take a little bit of time to get the bats going. So they're getting contact early. Not everything's going exactly the way they want to, but if they get their bats going, this could be trouble for Plymouth.
Seems like they kind of feel their way out a little bit throughout the first time around, and
so we've got Cohen Yoder at bat. Number 22, Owen Garrison on deck. Inside pitch, 2 and 1's the count. And that's a nice hit, but it goes foul for Yoder.
it's going to even the count up here. Cheney doing well so far on the mound for Plymouth. It's a warm day out there. You can see the dust rolling.
Yeah.
Getting dry here. We could use some rain, something terrible.
I don't envy these kids today. They're sweating it out for sure. Full count. Way outside on that call. That was a good call by the Blue. Yoder fouls that one off again.
Yeah, I know this morning we had to take animals into the fair up there in Marshall County, and it was hot by the time we got everything set up and got everything in their pens. They were warm, we were warm. Haven't heard anything from the kids, so I hope everything's doing all right. So Yoder gets a walk.
Yeah. And brings up the big hitter, Owen Garrison.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the first. They're going to try and hit the corners with Garrison. They don't want to give him anything down the middle because they've seen what he can do.
It's almost tempting to tell your pitcher, just throw him all outside.
Well, he is so far, 2 balls, and we'll see if he tries to challenge Garrison. I I would be surprised if they throw him anything over the. Well, there's one right over the heart of the plate.
Yep.
And Cheney gets away with that one. Goes foul.
2-1.
Garrison, that ball was hit hard. I mean, if that would have been straight and in play there, that was going to be an RBI probably.
And there's one back at the pitcher, makes a nice backhanded move and gets the out. It's a good heads-up play by the pitcher for Plymouth, but the runner still advances to second and gets the second out for Plymouth. And that brings up Brown. Number 34, Michael Slayball is on deck.
So Plymouth gets Garrison out. That's always a challenge in itself.
Mm-hmm. But Fairfield is making a connection almost every single time with their batters. They're really getting on it today.
And that's the thing that you said. We've seen that. You know, they kind of the first time out, they're making contact, they're fouling balls off, and that second time up seems like they dial it in.
Yeah. Oh, big hit into the right field. Oh, just over the second baseman, and he's going to turn that one into a double. And the run score for Fairfield. Yoder comes in. So nice hit there by Brown. That's going to bring up number 34, Slayball, and number 10, Marco Garcia is on deck.
So Fairfield strikes first, takes an early 1-0 lead.
Ball high on that one. Good strike over the plate there for Cheney. You know, most of the time you get towards the bottom part of the lineup, you know, with the fifth batter, your batting procession starts to get a little less and a little less. But this Fairfield team, every single kid seems to have the ability to hit the ball just like that, and he turns that one into a double.
That one, yeah, that one gets through. And Brown with a nice piece of base running right there, because that ball was coming right at him through shortstop. And he did a good job avoiding the ball because he would have been out. And Fairfield strikes again with the second run.
Garcia, number 10, is at the bat. Number 12, Noah Mast is on deck. 0-1's the count. Going to call that a ball. Swing and a miss by Garcia. Way outside. 2-2's the count. Still got 2 outs, 2-0 Fairfield in the bottom of the first inning. Just a bit outside. That's going to make it a full count. Plymouth fans aren't happy with that call. He gets a hold of that one right down to third base, and he misses it on the error. So number 34 is coming in for the score, and he makes it. And he's going to turn that one into a double, and he's getting in the pickle here on third and second. But there's a wild throw, and he's going for third again, and he makes it.
Oh.
Holy cow, these kids don't ever stop.
Great base running there. Garcia ends up at third with an RBI single.
Garcia slid in a little weird on that. He looks like he might have twisted his leg up, but he's walking around dusting himself off. I think he's okay. So 1 on third with 2 outs, and Fairfield is stepping on the backs of Plymouth right now. Going to make them pay real early.
Well, and they've done all this damage after Plymouth got 2 outs on them.
Right. And for Plymouth, you got to think, well, we got 2 outs, you know, that's going to be an easy way to get them out of here, but they're struggling here for this last one. And Fairfield is definitely taking advantage of it. Noah Mast at the bat. Number 3, Miles 9 is on deck.
Offering fresh cheeseburgers, just cooked on the grill. We got breadsticks. If you're hungry, concession stand out for it. Thank you.
Strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch by Cheney. 1-1's the count. Got him again on the outside corner, so 1-2's the count. Mast is going to have to decide if he's going to try to reach on that outside corner because Cheney's got it painted. And that one's just a little more outside. 2-2's the count. He nicks that one. Back at the catcher. It's going to go foul. Still 2-2.
And goes up over our head.
So Mast is out there battling.
Please return that foul ball to concession stand for a free soft drink. Thank you.
Outside. Going to give Cheney a full count on this batter. He's going to have to get this one here so they can get out of this inning. And there's the strike 3 on Mast. So Cheney pulls it out there, but damage has already been done with the score 3-0 Fairfield.
So that's going to do it after 1 inning of play here at Rochester. Fairfield gets 3 runs, and they lead 3-0. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back here with bottom, or actually top of the second. It's going to be Jessen, Wolf, and C for Plymouth. You're watching RTC4.com's coverage of the 12U semi-state semifinal game here on RTC4.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here. Bottom half, or top half of the second inning with Plymouth, and it's Preston Jessen leading off.
And he's facing a 1-1 count right now. Preston Wolf, the number 32, is on deck. Just a little wild on that pitch there, but 2-1's the count, no damage done. Nobody's on base yet. Nice big hit into left center, but the center fielder gets under it easily and makes a good out. So that's going to bring up number 32, Preston Wolf, and number 30, Malachi C. is on deck.
Brings up 32, Preston Wolf.
Strike over the plate. Good pitch there by Miller. That one's way outside. 1-1's the count.
So over in Akron, early on, looks like they're getting ready to go with the bottom of the second. And North Miami has an early lead on Rochester, 1-0 in the 10U division. You can watch that one on rtc4.com or YouTube as well.
Two and two's the count here on Wolf. It's 1 out for Plymouth.
1-0. They're down.
Ball outside, that's going to make it a full count for Wolf. So he's going to have to protect here. He nicks it back at the catcher, but just goes foul. And he walks Wolf. So that gives Plymouth a break, puts a runner on. And Malachi C is up to bat, number 30, with number 3, Trey Delp on deck. And Delp did some damage yesterday against the Rochester Zebras.
It was Delp's bat that got hot and really propelled Plymouth to the big win over Rochester last night.
Right.
And be interested to see if he can continue that. Not the biggest kid on the field by any means, but a very smart player and really, really good hitter. So Plymouth with one on here. We'll see if they can.
I think Delp started it out yesterday with a triple when he got up to bat the first time.
Yeah, they've been struggling through the first inning and a half, and when he got up and got that hit, that kind of opened the floodgates for Plymouth.
Yeah. So 2-1's the count here for C. Outside for Miller. 3-1. C gets a hold of that one, puts it foul. And that's going to give another walk. So Miller walks 2 in a row here, and Delp, talented player for Plymouth, up to bat. Could make this interesting. If Delp gets a hold of it, that could either put him in within 1 or maybe even tie the game. One and O's account. Miller's been struggling here with these last few batters. High, wild pitch, but the runners are going to hold. Two and O's the count.
3-0.
3-0's the count. And another walk, so that's 3 in a row for Miller.
Well, just like that, bases are loaded here for Trey Jordan. So,
yeah, Fairfield's coach is coming out to have a talk with Miller and the rest of the team. I think it's a little early yet to call that one that they're going to pull him out. But they're having a long conversation out there at the mound.
you see Garrison kind of moving dirt around on the mound. I don't know if he's thinking, I wish I was here right now, or if he's just kind of listening and working the dirt. But
yeah.
we saw him throw some really good stuff.
Yeah, they're going to keep Miller on. So we got Trey Jordan at the bat with 00 Mason Bales on deck.
So we knew Plymouth wasn't going to go down quietly. They got the bases loaded with 1 out. There, Miller finds a strike.
That one was a little low. It was over the plate. 1-1. Gets a hold of that one. Gets it right to the shortstop for second base out, but then they make a wild throw, and Plymouth is on the board with a single there for Jordan to bring in the run, and runner is going to advance on.
Jordan grounds into a fielder's choice for the second out, bringing in
Sure
a
what's
run.
going on. Okay.
On the air, another run scores for Plymouth, making it 3-2.
So we've got a 3-2 score.
2 outs brings up
1 runner on now.
00 Mason Bales.
So number 00 Mason Bales is up the bat, and number 1 Blake Mackey is on deck. So Plymouth has made it interesting now with a 3-2 score. With Bales up the bat and a runner on, they could make things a lot more interesting here. Oh, and that was a strange pitch by Miller, throwing it directly into the mound. There was a time called on the field apparently, and he tried to pull back on it. One knows the count. Swing and a miss by Bales. Caught him on the outside corner. 1-2. Is there much action going on in Akron, Steve?
What do we got going on here? Looks like back to the top of the third now. North Miami with a 1-0 lead over Rochester. So that's strike 3. That's third out. So Plymouth gets back 2 runs and brings it to within 1 here, 3-2 after an inning and a half. And coming up here in the bottom of the second for Fairfield, it's going to be Noah Mast, Miles 9, and Landon Miller up for the Fairfield Blue team. So we're going to take a quick break and come back with more action here from Rochester in just a moment. You're watching RTC4.com's coverage of the semi-state Town and Country 12U Championships.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank, online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here, getting set to go. Bottom half of the second inning. We got a good one on our hands, just like we'd hoped for. It's a 3-2 Fairfield Blue lead. And it's going to be Noah Mast up first here for Fairfield.
Looks like Miles 9 is at the bat.
I must have missed Mast.
I think Mast had to strike out. There's
Did he?
9 with a hit right up to the shortstop. And he gets him out with the throw to first.
All righty.
So good looking play by Plymouth there.
So my bad, it's 9 Miller and Mast instead of Mast 9 Miller. I had their names right, just had them in a different order, different Mast.
Big hit by Miller, straight up to the shortstop. So 2 outs quickly for Plymouth. And that's going to bring up the top of the lineup, Mitch Miller.
Brings up the leadoff hitter, number 20, Mitchell Miller.
Miller gets a piece of it, but it's just a small grounder, and that's a wild pitch on the throw from the shortstop. And Miller gets on with a single. So Fairfield lucks out on that one. And that's going to bring up Cohen Yoder, number 21, to bat. Number 22, Owen Garrison, is on deck. So just like in the last inning with Fairfield, they've got 2 outs, and they managed to get a runner on. And things started going well for him when Yoder got up to bat.
Miller reaches on infield single, batter Yoder.
And he gets hit by a pitch on the first pitch by Cheney. So that's going to make it real easy for Fairfield to get a couple of runners on. And their superstar Owen Garrison is up to bat. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see something big happen from this kid. Ball outside. Way outside, wild pitch, runners advancing. Tries to steal the third, and he's holding the tag, and he's called safe. He slides under the tag, I believe. That was a good call by the blue umpire. So both runners steal to second and third. And now Garrison's got 2 runners in scoring position. And there's a huge hit out to right field, and that one's gone over the second tier of the fence. And this, just like that, with 2 outs, 3 runs scored, and Owen Garrison does it again with a home run. And this kid just continues to impress everybody.
Puts them up 6-2. 2 outs, brings up number 30.
A big 3-run home run there for Garrison, and that gives them a commanding 6-2 lead here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. That is what we expect out of Garrison right there, and he does not disappoint.
No, I mean, every time you almost think he's going to hit a home run, he's up there. Another one outside on Brown, so 1-1 is going to be the count. So T and Brown at the bat. 2-1's the count. Number 34, Michael Slayball on deck.
You know, I don't have a dog in the fight, and it's fun being, you know, impartial and just watching Garrison over the, I think it's like the 3rd game we've done of theirs.
Yep. Oh, that's an error on the shortstop, and that's going to get number 30 around to second base for a double on an error.
And you can just tell right away that he is a special player. And, you know, the term man among boys.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he is definitely that.
I don't know. The kid must have had a glove when he was born. He just plays like
he's just a natural athlete. You can tell he's a big, strong kid. And, boy, he plays baseball like somebody that's going to go very far.
Nice grab by the shortstop. Makes a nice play at first. So Plymouth puts him out, but damage has been done. Garrison really made him pay for that pitch across the plate. And Fairfield's up 6-2 in the 3rd inning.
So once again, Fairfield gets 3 runs and leads 6-2. So when we come back here, top of the 3rd, it's going to be Mackey, Cheney, and Gadziola for Plymouth. They got a hole they got to try and climb out of here. It's a good one here from Rochester. The winner of this one will move on to the championship game tomorrow night for the 12U semi-states. So you're watching RTC4.com's coverage of the Town & Country 12U semi-states. Be back in a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here. It's going to be Mackey up for the first time here tonight, and we got a new pitcher for Fairfield. It's going to be Mike Slaybaugh taking over on the mound as we start the third inning.
Wild pitch there by Slaybaugh to Mackey. Mackey's at the bottom of the lineup, so batter on deck is Jack Cheney, number 27. He's at the top of their lineup. 1-1's the count. So we haven't gotten to see Slaybaugh pitch yet, Steve, and so far he's looking all right. He's gotten a wild pitch and a strike. Another one way outside.
Yeah, that's the one thing with these 12U, the town and country tournaments, you're limited on innings you can pitch, and so as you get deeper and deeper into the tournament, you got to rely on some guys that maybe not so much during the regular season. And Slaybaugh issues the walk to Mackey to start off the inning.
Walks to lead off the third for the Pilgrims. Brings up Plymouth's leadoff hitter, number 27, Jack Cheney.
So we'll see what Plymouth can do with that. They're back up to the top of the order with Cheney.
23, Ryan Gadziola is on deck. Slaybaugh still trying to find his strike zone. 1-0's the count.
Cheney, the left-handed batter, he pitches right-handed, I believe, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
So see that quite often. Right-handed pitcher or thrower will bat left-handed. So right now Slaybaugh struggling to get going here in the top of the third.
That's a good ball or strike over the plate. So 3-1 for Slaybaugh. Cheney just needs to be a little patient here. Oh, a big swing. That's going to make it a full count for Cheney now. Fairfield's still holding a runner on. That one's outside, so that's going to be another walk for Cheney.
Cheney walks, puts runners on first and second with nobody out,
Brings up Ryan Gadziola. Number 25, Caleb Bowling is on deck. Gadziola can do some damage here. He's done a couple of times in this tournament. Ball high. Fairfield still trying to hold two runners on. Ooh, high and inside. And the runner's going to take off to third. And also the runner from first to second. So there's two steals on the play on that wild pitch from Slaybaugh. So 2-0 is the count. Oh, high and inside again, 3-0.
So Slaybaugh in danger of walking the bases loaded.
Strike on that one. It's a little uncharacteristic for Fairfield because in the last two games we've seen some great pitching. And here in this game they've loaded the bases once and Looks like they're going to do that again, so that's twice now they've loaded bases on walks.
Load the bases. Nobody out, brings
And
up
that's
the
going to
batter.
bring up Caleb Bowling. Number 44, Preston Jessen, is on deck. So Fairfield's kind of doing Plymouth some favors here, putting some runners in scoring position and bringing up some batters in the meat of their lineup. And
So, yeah, the
Here they
quick
go.
hook there. They're going to bring in their stud with Garrison taking over on the mound for Fairfield.
Fairfield blue.
So they don't want
they didn't even hesitate on that.
yeah, they don't want to get too deep into a hole here. No damage done yet, but the bases are loaded for Plymouth. So Garrison's going to come in here with Bowling up to bat for Plymouth with the bases loaded, no outs here in the top half of the third. So Garrison's going to have his hands full here to try and get out of this jam. We'll see what they can do. We'll take a quick break and come back in a moment while Garrison warms up.
Now batting, number 25, Caleb Bowling.
All right, so Bowling up with the bases loaded. Garrison on the mound now for Fairfield.
Strike over the plate on the first pitch. So Garrison comes out and acts like the bases are empty and is throwing some heat downtown. That one's a wild pitch, and the catcher gets away from it, and that's going to bring in a run for Plymouth.
Wild pitch, brings in the Fairfield run.
So
Moves the other runners up to second.
unfortunately for Garrison, he is human. It's going to make it a 1-1 count on Bowling.
Can you text Miser and ask him if he's coming back after this game? I will here, yeah. He is? They're going to hose off this baby.
One on.
I don't know.
Swing and a miss by Bowling. So 1 and 2's a count.
1 and 2.
Josh, what's the status on our lunch date?
Big hit by Bowling. Oh, and it just misses the glove of the shortstop into the outfield, and that brings in a run for Plymouth. And that's a single for Bowling.
Bowling with a base hit. Brings the fourth
That's going to bring up Preston Jessen, number 44, and number 32, Preston Wolf, is on deck. So 1 on first and 1 on third for Plymouth, and it's 6-4, Fairfield still in the third. Ball outside. Swing and a miss by Jessen. And the catcher gets that ball back quick to Garrison. They're holding the runner at first. It's an interesting combination here because usually you see Fairfield in this position, and they're messing with the infield. Nice play by the center fielder to come over into right to catch that ball, and he makes a drilled throw into home and almost catches the runner and keeps the runner on first for a single on that bat. So 2 outs for Fairfield. 6-5. Fairfield in the lead in the top of the third.
runner on first brings up
Got Preston Wolf up to bat. Number 30, Malachi C, is on deck. Wolf gets a hold of that, but fouls it down the third baseline. So Plymouth is doing pretty well against Garrison up here pitching. Right back at the pitcher. Oh, the shortstop makes a nice grab. Oh! He dove for that one.
What a play from his back, throws it over. Unfortunately, the second baseman can't handle it.
That would have been an amazing play if he'd have gotten that one off. Sliding in the dirt, grabbing the ball before it gets to the grass, tosses it to the second baseman, but it's just over his head, so the runners advance for Plymouth. Still 6-5. Ball outside. So Plymouth's knocking on the door, threatening Fairfield. C's at the bat. Trey Delp, number 3, is on deck. Inside. So Plymouth's showing that they're here to play.
Well, this is what we wanted. Back and forth. Plymouth still battling right now with only 1 out.
Wild pitch. Runners are going to try to advance on the steals, and they do.
Wild pitch leads to both runners advancing.
So 3-0 is the count against Garrison. So the batter just needs to be patient. Ball walk. That's going to load the bases again for Fairfield.
3 walks, 1 out. Brings up the batter.
Is that only 1 out? I thought they had 2.
No,
Okay, so
just,
it's 1 out.
just the one on that catch out in right field.
Okay. Number 3, Trey Delp. He's a good player. Could make something happen for Plymouth here. He gets a hold of that, but just can't make it go fair. So with only 1 out, the bases are loaded for Plymouth. And it's 6-5, so Plymouth's knocking at the door. They could get a fire lit under him here if Delp can get something going and get the lead. Strike over the plate. 0-2's the count on Delp. Garrison might have found his groove here. Ball outside, wild pitch. Catcher tries to stop it. Garrison gets to home to cover. Good movement out there by the infield. First baseman comes and runs over for the mound. Delp's got a 1-2 count with 1 out. And he catches him on the outside corner for strike 3, looking. So 2 outs for Fairfield. Still bases loaded. It's going to bring up Trey Jordan, number 22, the batter. 0-0 Mason Bales is on deck. In the dirt again, but the runners are going to hold. Strike. Correction. Ball 2-0. Two and one's the count. He gets a hold of it right to the pitcher, and he makes a force out at home. So that retires Plymouth to the side, and Garrison holds off the bases loaded to keep the score at 6-5 for Fairfield to be in the lead.
All right, the damage is done, though. 3 runs across for Plymouth, and they've chipped away at that Fairfield lead. It's just 1 run going into the bottom half of the 3rd. It's going to be Garcia, Mast, and 9 coming up for Fairfield as we move into the bottom of the 3rd. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. It looks like over at Akron, we have North Miami and Rochester. They're in the bottom of the fourth. And North Miami holding on to a 1-0 lead over Rochester in the 10U semi-states. So we'll take a break here at Rochester and be back in a moment. You're watching RTC4.com's coverage of the 12U Town & Country semi-state.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, it's going to be Garcia to lead off here for Fairfield as we start the bottom half of the third. Fairfield leads 6-5 over Plymouth. Winner moves on to the championship game tomorrow afternoon.
For 12, Noah Mast is on deck. Strike one. So if Plymouth can get out of this inning holding them with no score, that could be good for them. Garcia gets a hold of it to the second baseman, and he makes the out at first. So Plymouth is doing a really good job on their infielding and holding the runners off the bases. Mast is up to bat. Number 3, Miles 9 is on deck. So Fairfield's at the bottom of their lineup. Big swing and a miss by Mast. Cheney's been pitching now for his third inning, and he's doing a pretty good job. Only had that hiccup with Garrison there in the last inning. Strike two. 1-2 is the count on Mast. Hard hit foul. Mast is battling here.
Looks like Rochester threatening over at Akron with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. They've got the bases loaded. Looks like number 40, is that Eaton, up to bat?
2-2 is the count here with Mast. Mast drives one over on the ground to the third baseman. He gets the play, but he's out. Wow, that was good play by Gadziola over there on third. I thought he was going to make it, but guess the runner just wasn't fast enough. So that's going to bring up Miles 9, number 3, with number 33, Landon Miller, on deck. So Plymouth is doing a good job holding him here. Oh, and 9 gets a hold of that one, but it looks like, yeah, left fielder makes a good play on the ball. So Plymouth puts him out, 1-2-3, and we've got a good game going on here.
So Plymouth holds Fairfield scoreless in the bottom half of the third. So we're going to move into the top of the fourth. Fairfield still holds a 6-5 lead. It's going to be Bales, Mackey, and Cheney coming up for Plymouth as we get into the top half of the fourth. We'll be back in a moment. We're watching RTC4's continuing coverage of the Town & Country 12U semi-states from Rochester.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here. Plymouth going to be up to bat, trailing by 1 as we start the 4th. It's going to be the right fielder, number 00, Mason Bales, leading off here for the Pilgrims.
Now batting for Plymouth, 00, Bales.
Number 1, Blake Mackey on deck. Garrison still holding the mound. And that's a big swing and a miss for Bales. So Garrison comes out firing. If he can keep it under control, he could probably do a really good job here with his pitching. But Plymouth has been hot on him every time he puts it over the plate.
The one thing I've noticed about Garrison, it kind of takes him a little bit of time, and once he finds his zone, and he gets the strikeout there, he kind of he really settles in.
Yeah, he does, and he's got that long reach. And like you said the other night in the ball game last night we watched, he's not pitching that very far distance, so that ball comes up quick when he's releasing.
Well, he's dealing well here as we start this inning, that's for sure.
Yeah. Mackey's up to bat with number 27, the top of the lineup, Jack Cheney on deck. That one's a little outside, so 1-1's the count for Garrison.
Well, you can tell we're on game 5 of this tournament. It's getting a little wild up here in the press box.
Hits it to the second baseman, but he just can't hold the ball. Did a nice job stopping it. He just couldn't make the play, so that advances Mackey on a single. Number 27, Jack Cheney, is up to bat. Number 23, Ryan Gadziola, is on deck. So Plymouth's back at it again. Foul ball just behind it for Cheney. Ball outside. That one's a little high. 2-1's going to be the count.
I like how you work, man. You're the boss. I'm going to get you a shirt, man.
2-2. And that's strike 3, caught him looking. So 2 outs for Plymouth. Still 6-5 in the top of the 4th for Fairfield. Gadziola at the bat. Number 25, Caleb Bowling on deck. Gadziola swings and misses. 0-1. Swing and miss again. 0-2. So here's where Garrison earns his money. He's coming over the plate.
Shakes off the pitch call from the catcher.
Oh, and he catches him with the changeup. And Gadziola just whiffs that one and puts him out. So score still holds at 6-5 going into the bottom of the 4th.
So Plymouth goes down with no runs. And as we move into the bottom of the 4th for Fairfield, it's going to be Miller, and Yoder coming up to bat. We'll take a break and come.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
It's just the wrap.
All right, welcome back here, getting set to go. Bottom of the fourth, we have a great game on hand. This one's not disappointing us at
Not
all.
at all.
Landon Miller is going to lead off for Fairfield. They hold the 6-5 lead over Plymouth.
Plymouth sticking with Cheney into the fourth inning with his pitching. He's done a pretty good job here today. His infield's definitely helped him out. 2-0's the count on Miller. Ball inside. 3-0's the count on Cheney. Miller's just got to be patient here. And he walks him with a low pitch.
So leadoff batter on base for Fairfield.
Mitchell Miller up to bat. Number 21, Cohen Yoder on deck. And he bunts it, and it drops right in front of home plate, and that's going to be a sacrifice because he gets him out. Oh, and they almost have a double play at second, but the ball gets a little out of control, and the runner advances to second on that sacrifice bunt.
Miller advances to second.
Not sure what's going on here, but it looks like Yoder is still hanging in here to bat.
Unless they called that a foul ball.
Did it come back and hit him in the box?
Was the appeal at first?
What?
The appeal.
Appealed it. What was the call? He's out there. No foul ball. No. They want to know if it hit him in the box.
They wanted to know if the ball hit the runner in the box. It did not.
I didn't see it.
All right,
So,
so one out.
okay, so we've got Yoder up to bat, and then he drives it back to the pitcher, and that's going to bring in a run. Oh, and there's a line drive throw to home, but the pitcher cuts it off, and he turns that one into a double.
So Landon Miller comes around to score, giving Fairfield a 7-5 lead.
That brings up number 22, Owen Garrison, to bat. And at his last at bat, he had a huge home run over there in right field. And Tian Brown, number 30, is on deck. And there's a big hit into left, but the shortstop gets out there off the edge of the grass and makes a good grab to put the out.
So one pitch, and they get Garrison out with the pop fly to short.
Pops out to the shortstop. 2 outs. Brings up number 30, Tian Brown.
Number 30, Tian Brown, is up, and number 34, Michael Slayball's on deck. Pitch inside. So good recovery by Plymouth there, getting 2 outs. Swing and a miss by Brown. 1-1 is the count. Ball outside. He gets a piece of that and fouls it. 2-2 is the count. Still battling with Brown up. Ball inside. It's going to make it a full count for Cheney. Brown's still battling up here. Nice hit into center, and the second baseman comes over and makes a nice grab on that just before it hits the ground. So just with one run for Fairfield, gives them a 2-run lead in the 5th, 7-5.
All right, 7-5 after 4 complete as we come up into the top of the 5th. It's going to be Bowling, Jessen, and Wolf for Plymouth as they try and battle back from a 2-run deficit. We'll take a quick break. Come back here with more action on rtc4.com in just a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank, online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here. We're moving into the top half of the 5th here at Rochester. It's going to be Bowling, Jessen, and Wolf up for Plymouth. They try and battle back. They're trailing by 2 after 4 complete.
Leading off, number 25, Caleb Bowling.
So number 25 Bowling up the bat, and number 44 Preston Jessen is on deck.
Don't they have a company named TMC that's like Johnson Central? For the Midwest.
2-0 is the count. And that was right over the plate. 2-1. Garrison seems to be throwing a little more heat this time in this inning. 2-2 is the count. Throws a changeup down the first baseline, and the first baseman makes an easy grab with the out. So 1 out for Bowling. Number 44, Preston Jessen is on deck, or at bat, and number 32, Preston Wolf is on deck. Swing and miss by Jessen.
Not now, they did. 2 outs in the game.
Another swing and a miss. 0-2 is the count. Garrison's ahead of the batter. Way outside for Garrison. 2-2 is the count. And he catches him on the outside corner looking for the second out. Garrison gets a strikeout. That's going to bring up Preston Wolf. Number 30, Malachi C. is on deck.
Garrison took some off of that.
Notice he's been throwing some change-ups in here, trying to catch the batters off guard. 2-0's the count. Oh, he catches him swinging across the plate, and he pulls back on that. He wanted it, but didn't think it looked good.
I think whether or not he swung, that was a strike.
Yeah.
Man, that had some smoke on it right there.
You can hear it popping in the glove.
Just a little outside for Garrison on that.
3-1. He gets a hold of that one, but it goes foul. So it's going to make it a full count on Wolf.
Garrison trying to retire the side 3 up, 3 down here. He's got a full count on Wolf. Ooh.
Oh, and he walks him.
Must have been just a little bit high.
Just a little. Looked pretty good, but
it was definitely right down the middle. So
Blue's got a better view for sure.
yeah, hard to tell height from up here.
Yeah.
Definitely was right down the middle of the pipe.
C's up to bat. Number 3, Trey Delp is on deck. Ball outside. So even though there's 2 outs, you can't ever count either one of these teams out when you got them down like that. That one's across the plate for a strike.
No, until you get that 3rd out, they're definitely alive and kicking, and they're not going to give up. Seen that twice with Fairfield.
Yep. Oh, he gets a hold of that. That one goes down the first baseline, but it goes foul. And I'm thinking he wishes he had a better angle on that swing to get that one down there a little inside the line.
It's almost like as soon as he made contact, he quit, you know,
Yeah.
didn't follow through
He
with
didn't
the
follow
bat.
through. No, he should have followed through. He probably had a better hit. Way outside for Garrison.
It was almost like a swing bunt kind of a
Yeah.
play right there, and it just went foul. So
2-2 is the count. Gives him a changeup right to the third baseman, and he's going to make a throw, and he got him out at first.
all right, good play there from 3rd to 1st, and that retires the side. They did get 1 on, so they leave 1. But after 5.5, Blue holds the lead 7-5 over Plymouth. So we'll take a break. Come back here with the bottom of the 5th, and it's going to be Slaybaugh, Garcia, and Wildeman, who came in for Mast for Fairfield. We'll take a break and come back with more action here in just a moment on RTC4.com's continuing coverage of the Town Country 12U semi-states.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back. Getting set to go. Bottom of the 5th here from Rochester Youth League Field. It's a good one. It's been a great game here between Plymouth and Fairfield. It's Matt, I think, lived up to everything we kind of hoped it would be here.
It's been a really good game.
A lot of good action. We saw some good offense, some good defense so far, and Plymouth trails by 2. Fairfield up to bat. It's going to be Slaybaugh up first here for Fairfield.
Slaybaugh shows bunt, and he bunts it right back to the pitcher, and it gets under his glove, and he gets to first. So quick reaction there from Fairfield to get a runner on, and Garcia's up to bat. Number 12, correction. There's been a substitution for Mast.
Yeah.
That's going to be Caden Wagaman coming in on deck. Runner's going to take a steal to second on a wild pitch. So Fairfield's back in it again, striking early. Coach is calling a timeout.
Well, hey, while you got a timeout, I'm watching the game over in Akron, and Rochester in the bottom of the 5th has scored 2.
All right.
To take the lead 2-1 over North Miami in the 10Us. So the Z's were trailing 1-0. Get on the board and score 2 now.
So the count's 2-0 on Garcia. Pitch is inside. Bowling is still trying to find his place. But he gets the strike on that call, so 2-1's the count. 2-2 with a big swing. Balled outside, so that's going to make it a full count for Garcia. He's going to have to battle here. Still a runner on. Still a runner on second. Garcia is battling. Still got a full count here. Score 7-5. Garcia gets a hold of that one, puts it into right field, but player makes the catch, and he's going to advance to third, and there's an overthrow from the outfield, and he gets to score. So a sacrifice fly and a nice throw from the outfield to third, but it's just way over his head and couldn't make the play. And that's unfortunate for Plymouth.
One out brings up number 9, Caden Wogelman.
Makes the score 8-5 Fairfield. Wogelman up to bat. Number 33, Landon Miller is on deck. Correction, Miles 9. Number 3, Miles 9 is on deck.
Self-inflicted. It's not our fault.
So Wildeman comes in for Noah Mast.
He went out last night, but he didn't go.
Ball outside, Bolin shaking his head on that one. He didn't like that call. 1-1's the count. In the dirt. No runners on, so no harm done.
Rochester not done over in the 10Us in the bottom of the 5th. They've got another run on the board, leading 3-1 now.
Nice hit by Wogelman up the middle. Gets it past the second baseman and the shortstop into the outfield, and gets a single on that one. Miles 9, number 3. And Plymouth's coming out to the mound to have a talk with their pitcher.
Looks like only 1 out over in Akron right now in the bottom of the 5th, and 3 runs across. I'm seeing bases loaded, it looks like, for Rochester. So they've got some more. Well, now it's 4-1, so Scott was just a little slow on getting that 4 up. So
they're making a move.
So Rochester with a big 5th inning right there, leading 4-1 now. Bases loaded with 1 out. And here at Rochester Youth League Field, we have a pitching change for Plymouth. It's going to be number 30.
C.
Malachi C. taking over from Bowling.
Malachi C.
Nope, but I have a feeling about everybody can pitch for them. Worst part is I gotta figure
So C takes over on the mound with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Fairfield with 1 on. So we'll take a quick break and let him warm up and come back here for more action from Rochester.
Okay, here we go. Plymouth is making a change at pitcher with C. We got Miles 9, number 3 at the bat. Number 33, Landon Miller is on deck. Fairfield's got a runner on first with 1 out. Scores 8-5 in the bottom of the 5th. And 9 puts 1 out over the shortstop into the outfield, and that's going to advance a runner to second. And 9 gets on with a single. Just like that, Fairfield's back in it again. Landon Miller is up to bat, and number 20, Mitchell Miller, top of the lineup, is on deck. Bunts it down the third baseline, but it rolls foul. Looks like Fairfield's trying to load the bases. Bunt again, and it goes foul again on the third baseline. So 0-2 on Miller. Big hit, but goes foul. If he straightened that one out, that one had been gone. Still 0-2 for Miller. Way outside. One and 2 is the count. Pitch is inside. 2-2. Runners are still holding on first and second.
When's the last time we hosted the state?
Gets a hold of it, goes foul. Miller's battling, holding off that third strike. Nice hit by Miller to the shortstop. Shortstop makes a nice toss over to second to get the out. And the runner advances to third on the single. And then from first to second, it's a steal for number 33, Miller. Which brings up number 20, Mitchell Miller. And number 21, Cohen Yoder, is on deck. So Fairfield has 2 outs. Score is still 8-5. Miller swings big, misses that one. Huge hit out to left field, and that's going to bring in a run. And Plymouth holds them to just 1 run scored. They've got some base running going on here, and Plymouth is a little perplexed as what to do. And he's going to steal, but he's in the pickle now. And they got him in the rundown, and he gets back to first. And the run scores for Fairfield, and they did it again with their base running abilities.
Yeah, he's able to get home safely.
I think Plymouth is going to challenge that because the pitcher was in the circle, and the runner might not have been far enough out to. He was on the rubber.
Okay, so they're going to put the runner back on third. So 1 run across.
So that's a call there for the Town and Country League where the runner has to be at least halfway and the pitcher has to be on the rubber at the time. And he was, so that sends everyone back to their positions. And they're going to try to pick him off again, and he gets a run in, and the runner's out. He ran out of the baseline. So they get the third out. Run counts.
They get the run across? Okay.
They did. So it's 10-5, so costing the out, but they got a 5-run lead here.
Well, the damage is done. 3 runs scored there for Fairfield, now leading by a score of 10-5. And Plymouth is down to their last 3 outs here going into the top of the 6th. They're going to have to make up a 5-run deficit if they want to stay alive here in the semifinals of the semi-state. It's going to be Delp, Jordan, and Bales up as we get going here in the top of the 6th. We'll take a break and come back here in a moment for 10-12U semi-states from Rochester.
Trey Delp up to bat. Garrison's still in the pitching. In the dirt, so 2-0's the count. Strike over the plate, 2-1. Oh, Delp gets a nice hit into the right field, but he makes a grab. Oh, and he's safe. He's safe.
Almost got him from right field.
Delp looked frustrated like he thought he was out, but he was safe. But it's just a hesitation because I think the outfielder was looking to second to make a play, but got it in there, almost had it. So the batter is Jordan. Trey Jordan, and number 00 Mason Bales is on deck. 0-1's a count on Jordan. Some kind of conversation going on over here on the side. Ball high. 2-1's a count. Or is that 1-1's a count?
1-1.
Catches him swinging high. 1-2. And he throws him a changeup and catches him swinging way ahead of it. So that's going to be an out. 00 Bales is up to bat. And number 1, Blake Mackey, is on deck. 1-0. Delp still holding on first. Bales swings and misses. Ball inside. 2-1's a count. Swing and a miss by Bales, 2-2. Oh, and he catches him on the heel with that one, and that's going to advance the runner with a hit by the pitch. So that puts 2 on for Plymouth. Mackey up to bat. Going to take him up to the top of the lineup on deck with Jack Cheney. Garrison's frustrated with that one. Slayball's going to come out and have a talk with his pitcher.
Oh, they did? Oh, well then, I don't know. I don't know what supposed to do.
All right, over in Akron, in the top of the 6th, with 1 out, Rochester 10U leading 6-1 over North Miami. So if they can put out 2 more batters, Rochester is going to advance. After trailing 1-0 most of the game, they got 6 big runs in the bottom half of the 5th, and have a commanding lead now going into the top of the 6th.
So back here in Rochester with a comfortable lead, Fairfield's leading 10-5 in the 6th. Mackey at the bat, 2 runners on, 1 out. 0-1's the count. Swing and a miss. 0-2's the count.
Looks like Garrison took something off of that one. He's been doing well with that change.
He's been catching them with that. Did it again. That one's in the dirt, though, but the runners are going to hold.
That one you could kind of see.
Yeah.
He didn't really get that one the way he wanted to. It looked like he slowed his whole body down on that one.
Yeah. That one, however, come right across the plate. So that catches him looking for Mackey, and that brings up Jack Cheney, number 27 at the bat. Number 23, Ryan Gadziola, is on deck, and Fairfield is 1 out away from going to the championship game. Nice fastball down the middle for a strike.
Garrison really settled in the last 2 innings, doing very good holding Plymouth scoreless. And
swing and a miss.
1 strike away from sending Fairfield Blue on to tomorrow night's championship game.
Cheney's going to have to dig deep here. He gets a hold of it, goes to the second baseman, and that's it. The game is over. Fairfield Blue is going to advance to the championship round.
So the final score here is Fairfield Blue 10, Plymouth 5. So Fairfield Blue is going to advance. They'll play in the championship game tomorrow night. And for Fairfield, or for Plymouth, they're going to have to come back out of the losers bracket now. They're going to drop down, and they will take on the winner of the next game, which is going to be Fairfield Gold taking on North Judson. So congratulations to the Fairfield Blue team. What a game here. They end up winning this one by a score of 10-5. And we're going to take a break. I think you're done, aren't you?
I am. I am done for the day, so you're on your own here.
So Matt Freeman, been here with us. How many games did we do? Let's see, 2, 4, 7, 8. So 8 games.
Yeah, 8 games.
Great job. Way
Thanks.
to come in. I appreciate you coming in and helping out. It's been a great tournament so far. We got 2 more games for you today. We've got Fairfield, North Judson. And then that winner is going to have to turn right back around and play Plymouth for a chance to move on to the championship game. So still 2 more games to come for you here today on RTC4.com. Rochester looks like they may advance over in the 10Us. So, yeah, a great day of baseball all around here in Rochester and Akron. So we're going to close it out here for this one. Fairfield Blue advances tomorrow night's championship game by a score of 10-5 over Plymouth.